Hey, it's Ellie. Welcome back to another Sims 4 recreation speed build, which is a series where I recreate a TV or movie set into The Sims 4 so that you can play in it. And today, I decided to build something really different than anything I've built before. I've been sticking to pretty basic houses, apartments, that kind of thing, but well, my last week's build was a pretty big castle, but I haven't furnished it yet, so it doesn't really feel that big at the moment. But yeah, today I decided to build Sleeping Beauty's cottage. Not the castle, but the cottage that she lived in for her whole childhood, that kind of thing. And yeah, so I really wanted to just build something kind of interesting. I liked the little rustic feel of it and the tree into the house. I really wanted to try to incorporate that. So I ended up putting two trees, and I am sorry. It's going to be really hard for you to see the upstairs floor in this house. It's covered by a tree. I'm sorry. I couldn't get it any other way. I couldn't move the tree out. I wanted in the screenshots, you'll probably see, I haven't made the screenshots yet, but in Aurora's cottage, in the Disney film, the animated film, there's a whole tree going through the staircase, and then there's a big tree on the side of it that the cottage is kind of growing out of, and it's all surrounded by rocks, and there's a stream nearby, and that's also why I chose this a lot, because it fits so well with the kind of scenery that I was hoping to go for. I wanted it to seem sort of remote and out of the way, and I feel like this is one of the only lots that does that. There's also the island lot that you can use, but that was way too big and it's an island. Aurora's cottage is not on an island. So yeah, I thought this was actually the perfect lot. It has even a dirt pathway up to it, like a dirt road kind of thing, you're way off in the middle of the forest, just alone. So yeah, this build, it wasn't as hard as I thought it would be, to be honest. I mean, maybe it didn't turn out so well, but I think I think it looks cute. It's like a livable version of Aurora's cottage in The Sims, because if you tried to build the actual cottage, that would just be almost impossible, and I don't think you could actually get around and live in it. It's just, yeah, there's so much wood and there's not very much space in it. It's so small. In the screenshots, it's just so small compared to the tree and everything around it. And I wanted to keep that little tiny vibe that's going on with the cottage. So, yeah. Also, as far as I can tell, I didn't see any kitchen in Aurora's cottage because, they're fairies. So, they're fairies living there, taking care of Sleeping Beauty for her whole life, hiding her away in that cottage. So, I feel like maybe they must have cooked because they don't use their magic. But I think I saw a tiny little oven in the tree. They made an oven, one of those wall ovens that they used to have. But I can't do that in this game. That doesn't really work. So I did my best. I made a little kitchen. I put a dining table because that's in there. I think I ended up putting a chair or something in the downstairs. Really, there is nothing in this house other than what you need to live, which is fine. Everything else you could possibly need is in the sim world. If you have sim who needs to do music, there's the lounges and stuff that they have musical instruments so you can go practice out there if you felt like it. And then yeah, there's just everything. Art things, whatever you need is in the world somewhere. So you could live here and still have a skilled sim. Besides just, I think the only skill you could do here is cooking. Obviously, too, you could use the whole rest of the lot to put random things gardens would look really nice here. I didn't put any planter boxes because I didn't feel like I wanted to. There's none in the cottage, like outside. There is a little garden which I put in, but yeah, for the most part, I just kind of tried to keep the outdoors like very similar to how it looks in the movie. I'm using these stones, I'm enlarging them. I'm just trying to make like a stone foundation because that is also in the screenshots. There's like a huge, much bigger than I did here, but a huge jutting stone out from the tree that this cottage is growing into. So I tried to include that the best I could and still make it look good in The Sims. That's also the thing with this cottage, like if I tried to build it exact, it probably wouldn't look very nice for The Sims. I mean, it's a cute little cottage, but it's hard to recreate these kind of things that aren't really livable in real life like that cottage is. So yeah, I'm working on the little garden now and like the exterior. I added a few more of these trees. This is not the type of tree that this cottage is built from, but I felt like this tree worked the best in The Sims because it's windy enough that I can fit it in a house without it like blocking whole sections. I don't know why I paused here either. I'm sorry. Oh, here I go, moving again. But yeah, it's bendy enough to fit in the house, and the leaves kind of go in one direction, which is really useful when you need to see. That tree is like right over your view. So yeah, and that's why I said I'm sorry about the upstairs, because really like I could barely even see to decorate it. I didn't decorate this too much. This is probably a really cheap house actually, because there is not a lot going on here. I just built the bare minimum inside because that's all I could fit in there. There's no TV, there's no computer, there's no desk, nothing. I don't even think there's a bookcase, though you could definitely put a bookcase in here like somewhere, I am sure. Probably upstairs, because there is a little bit of space up there that you could fit something, but I decided to leave it with just a bed and a dresser up there. Like I said, essentials here. And yeah, this little garden is in the screenshots too. I think they actually have like blue or pink flowers, but I just like these little white ones, so I decided to put those ones instead. I think I'm about to start decor now for the last like 2 minutes of this build. Oh yeah, I have to add the windows. I forgot to add extra windows, except in the front, because that's really the only windows that you see in any of the screenshots. But yeah, I gave the interior a very rustic vibe. Like everything was carved from the trees around, just like that. So yeah, I used a lot of the furniture. Is it from the outdoor pack? Actually, I'm not sure if it's from that pack or not. But it is a lot of the very rustic furniture. And I put a fireplace in the kitchen, and I kind of built the kitchen around it. I thought that worked really well. Yeah, there is a fireplace in Aurora's cottage, so I wanted to include that, but there wasn't like a lot of wall space, so I had to just fit it into the kitchen. It's off center. It bothers me, but I thought it worked out all right. And then the stove is on the other side. I probably could have put the stove sort of in the fireplace. That might have looked pretty cool, actually. I might do that for a different build. Anyway, random thoughts about my other builds. I went with the brown appliances that kind of look like this because I feel like those are the only ones that don't look completely weird in the like rustic houses. Also, I just saw that these tables and chairs that I'm using, or the table and chairs that I'm using, are actually a get-together item. I think that came with some rustic items too, so yeah. Just doing a little adjusting. At this point, I didn't really have any more room for anything. So I decided just to put a chair, and that's it. And I couldn't even really figure out where to put that at first. Also, it was hard to get these things in place because once you get too close, the tree will disappear. So that was inconvenient when I was trying to put the chair just before the tree. Like it's doing it now. The tree is just gone and then it reappears like it's just suddenly there, but it's there the whole time. I'm not actually sure if it's gonna block your Sims path or not. I think it will, but it shouldn't block it around the house. I'm gonna test it though, just in case, and if it does, I'll put the tree like out more out of the house. Also, there's no sink in the bathroom. You might have seen I just put one of those rustic sinks just in the tree, sort of like next to the kitchen. Right there it is, because I realized I didn't have a sink, but I didn't have any counter space either, so I just felt like I needed a separate sink there. Like I said, there's really not a lot of space in this apartment at all, and then I work on the upstairs. Super small. The bed is against the wall, the double bed, which annoys me, but whatever. At least 2 Sims could sleep in it at least, so I guess that's worth it. You can have 2 Sims living here if you want, or just 1 Sim. Just put Aurora in here. But anyway, that's about the end of this speed build. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to give it a like and subscribe to my channel because I post Sims videos every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And as always, if you have any suggestions for things you want me to build, just let me know in the comments and I will definitely look into it and see if it's possible for me to build it in The Sims. So thanks for watching. I hope to see you in the next video. Until then, bye!